Let's have a look in replay. So he's got big air, run wide, hit the concrete wall, and ripped the right corner. In fact, it's got both corners. So left front and right rear corner of the Wilson
rounds. Here he is.
Oh, wow. He's got away with it too. He's just scraped it along the tyre wall, sprayed the fans with a bit of water. And it was nearly 4 in a row.
This will show it.
Whoa.
How quickly did that thing fire back in the opposite direction?
So distracted on the radio is what we just heard him talking about, and he's driven it straight in. Oh, that won't debrief well.
That won't debrief well, and it's actually hit very hard. Here, here's Heimgartner, who just locks the wheel and can't get the car turned. Car 7 at the final.
This has happened, and now he's a passenger, nowhere to go, and that is substantial, heavy front damage for the Milwaukee Racing Ford Falcon. So that's all of the obvious things: the front splitter, the radiator,
This will explain why. So there's the curb, and just really shallow on the exit, and drills the fence. Man, and tore the wheel.
Peters, who's found the tyre wall at the first corner, and more than just a glance for the Total Tools Mitsubishi Triton has taken a big chunk out of the tyre wall and a bigger chunk out of the Triton.
Yeah, that's broken that steering arm on the left front. Soon as it's dug itself into that conveyor belting that holds the tyres together, looks like it's grabbed. The rest of the cars tried to continue on. It's pulled that left front wheel, and there's a little tyre rod there that will connect the steering arm to the rack. So by this stage here, he's just a passenger. He can't do any more. He's already committed. Far too much speed being carried. And that is massive. And look at his hands. It's just ripped the steering wheel out of his hands. He's let go.
and Heimgartner. There's,
That's going to be an issue.
was that another
That's an
balking?
issue. Oh, that's an issue. That's definitely. So Lowndes is warming.
So here is what happened. So let's understand.
Oh.
Shocking impact with the inside wall for Will Brown, and then he's made heavy contact with the outside wall. These are the risks. Now, Steve Owen, unfortunately, in Richie Stanaway's car, makes the wrong decision. He decides to go for a gap, and it was only replay. Let's understand more about it. He's half looking. He may have been up far enough, but boy, it's a real tough. As a result of an incident for Will Brown, there was double stacking at Red Bull. Earl Bamber had to sit and wait a long time. They released Paul Dumbrell straight to the path of James Moffat. A couple of angles of that for you. So it crushed 55 up against the wall.
Now he's brought out the Vodafone safety car. Just nowhere to go in the end for Faber. He was committed while the Dunstan car found the wall as Keelan Dunstan in the Mojo number 5 this weekend. Apologies to Cam, we'll get back down to there in a second. I did hear that too, believe it or not, Cam, behind our commentary box window as well. And this is more happening on the exit for the Herbst Rent-A-Car.
And it is coming on lap traffic. You were bang on. And Stephen trying to do the right thing, going really slowly on the inside though. And oh, that's messy.
Wow, boy.
Looks pretty crinkled on the right rear, Chad. Let's have a look. It has been. Just glances the tyres.
Wow, that could have been so much worse. And in front of the championship.
There were 5 cars when you counted them.
So here it is
Initially. Bang, bang, bang. And then there was another car. The Bottle car arrives in a second.
And that is Alex Rulo, barely wrestling that thing under control. That was the first car to get onto a wet, and it hasn't helped to cause actually big damage on the front of the
Parked up in race number 2. Across the top. Oh, big moment here for Brock Feeney. He's got into the wall hard. I think he did it on his own.
Pack, it's first all the way through to about 11th in one busy little battle pack.
Oh, spin down here for Dressler. He didn't need this, and there's damage to the back. And another car caught up. There's a wheel come away from the car as well.
Critical to understand and keep an eye on while you're navigating these circuits. Oh, was that Heinrich?